Welcome to In the Box Seat. I'm Ray Fewings. Great to be with you again to talk about the wonderful sport of greyhound racing. Plenty happening in Adelaide this week. We've got the Champion Puppy Final. South Australians in with a good chance. Jasenia Bale off box 2. The Victorian Pure Instinct looked, along with Rhythm and Soul, looked to be the best of the visitors. And they've drawn a little awkwardly. And then, of course, you've got Ron Shadow's got 3 in the final, 3 of the Victor dogs, which is a great effort on his behalf. Also on Thursday night, the Stayers clash again. 40-20's got the red, Satanic Cash is in, and Cascade Star should be a terrific battle. I think maybe 40-20 might turn the tables on Satanic Cash, remembering there was only a head between them when they last met. At the weekend, we had an excellent day at the Virginia Coursing. Terry Carlin Ceased to Panic won the Patrons Cup, and of course is one of the favourites for the Waterloo Cup, which has been put back to toward the end of September. In the box seat tonight, we've got Mandy Hutchins who'll be joining us. She's had a lot of luck lately with the Arvo dogs from George and Carly Arvanitis from over there in Melbourne. So we'll talk to her, and she's done a superb job with them because when they first came over, they were pretty short on stamina, but they seem to be getting stronger all the time. Let's have a look at what's on around Australia this week. We've got at the Meadows, the Maturity Classic. We had the heats the other night, and we go to the semis and the final coming up. Dapto, I've got the Sporting Bet Megastar, and that's on July 21 and 28. And at the Gardens, I've got a big maiden there. The Laurie Helian Memorial Maiden is a feature there. Now, of course, one of the things we do every week In the Box Seat is we zoom in on Chase's Restaurant, and we highlight one of the diners there. And if it happens to be you, you should get in touch with GRSA and claim your prize, dinner for 2, valued at $59. So let's have a look at who they've selected from Chase's Restaurant from last week. Not you? Oh well, try again next week. Don't forget to look every week. We've got a different face in the crowd at Chase's Restaurant. Now, of course, in South Australia this week, I've discussed the Champion Puppy. Should be an absolute beauty. Let's hope that one of the South Australians can be successful there. Now, the tips for Angle Park on Wednesday. Race 6, number 8, Roy D. This is a new one for Kath Johnston. Been racing in the Lithgow area of New South Wales. Has a very good record and should be very hard to beat. In race 10, they suggest that number 2, Simandou Express from the Murray Kennel will bounce back to the winner's circle. Been going very well over the 400 at Gawler and is due for a change of luck. And on the Thursday, race 4, number 7, Another Innings, the former Tassie dog, now with Ken McCauley, put up a good effort his first South Australian run, suggesting it'll win pretty shortly. And they like in the Champion Puppy, the Victorian Pure Instinct. They're expecting him to jump a lot better this week and hold down a more forward position. There's no doubt he's got plenty of ability. As far as I'm concerned, dogs to watch, I reckon there's a really good thing on Wednesday. Race 5, number 1, My Boy Pedro from the Ken Gill Kennel. He's a little slow to begin, but he has run 30 and 28 here lately, running a place. And off box 1, if he happens to jump, hold down a forward berth, I think he'll win. And I think maybe Jasenia Bale might sneak the Champion Puppy on Thursday night. In a moment, Mandy Hutchins joins us to talk about her great run of success with the Arvo dogs. In the box seat, we're talking to Mandy Hutchins, who's had a great run with the dogs of late and looks to be a trainer building a very good team. Welcome to In the Box Seat.
Welcome, Ray. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And they're having a good run with these Arvo dogs, and it seems as though they've tested you out. They've originally sent you ones that are a bit short on stamina, and you've had to perform miracles.
They certainly have. I think a lot of it's, I treat my dogs like I treat my children. Plenty of loves and cuddles.
Right. So you reckon that's why they've improved so much?
I think so. They were not so much loved when I got them.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm sure they love the individual attention.
Oh, they do. They love the individual attention. And me personally, I think every dog has to be treated differently or trained differently. And it's just getting to know when to train the dog and how to train the dog. And it all comes together.
Well, let's have a look at your career in training greyhounds. How many years?
Oh, nearly coming up to 20.
You trained up north?
Yes, in the Wyala for many, many years.
So what was the game like up there when you started off?
When I started, well, how we got into greyhounds, it come across the radio that they were going to more or less put the dog down if nobody took it. And I put it in the back seat of my car.
Oh, so you went round and picked the dog up to save its life?
Yes, and I put it in the back seat of the car, and I actually won 7 races with that dog. Sissy Babe, her name was.
Well, that's a great effort. So you're hooked on the sport. You obviously knew nothing about greyhounds when you took it on.
Nothing at all. Peter Dugan was my heart and soul. He was a lovely man, and he taught me everything I needed to know about greyhounds.
The big fellow, the giant,
Yes.
Peter Dugan. Yeah.
Yes. It's a shame he passed on because he was a very lovely fella.
Yeah, big jovial bloke, Peter Dugan, much loved and in the game, and had a couple of handy dogs as well.
And yeah, him and his sons were very good at training the dogs, and he used to come up to Whyalla, and we had some wild times. Some very wild times.
Right, so you went from Sissy Babe, your first dog, knowing nothing about it. How quickly did you pick the important bits up?
Well, actually, Peter Dugan's wife, Sandy, wrote me, I call it the Holy Bible, on everything from A to Z, on everything I really need to know about greyhounds, and I just picked it up from there.
And some notable winners over the years at Whyalla?
Certainly, I had one called My Better Half. She held the Whyalla and the Port Augusta track record, and I think it only not about 3 or 4 years ago, only just got beat. So, yeah, but the problem was I couldn't breed with her because she was barren, which was a dead set shame.
Well, that's a pity. Now, you've obviously made the move down to the greyhound territory of Lewiston.
Yeah, I live at Two Wells,
Two Wells,
yes. Yeah. I've got 8 dogs, and 8 dogs is perfect for me. Me and my partner, he helps me on the weekends, and as you'll probably guess, he does all the boxing. I do the boxing when he can't.
You do the barracking, do you?
Well, they call him the strapper.
Right, now, the dogs that you've been winning with, Arvo Spice, just getting better and better and better. Got plenty of pace, and now she's hanging on. You'll be hopeful of more wins at Angle Park.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm a bit disappointed Arvo's Gemma's close to retiring because I got her when she was nearly 4 years old, and I've done really, really well with her. She's a really, really good dog, and I hope to breed her.
See, they were 400-metre dogs, basically, in Victoria, and you've got to stretch them out to the 515.
Yeah, it's not easy, like just trying to get a dog to run 400 straight up to 500. I've had to persist and do a lot of work with them, but at the end of the day, I did it, and they're the running.
Arvo's Africano started off pretty ordinary, but he's got better and better, and he's now a 400-metre Gawler specialist.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get 500 out of him. He's a dead set 400-metre, and he's only a very young dog, so hopefully he'll be as good as Stomping Bear. Yeah.
And what about others coming through? You got pups of your own, or are you getting more from over there in Victoria?
I've actually got a pup at home that I'm rearing for Syndicate. They're out of Pure Octane Bar Crusher.
Okay.
And he's only 6 months old, but he's going up the runs with my other dogs, and he's going really, really well. So fingers crossed that he'll break in really, very good.
Well, it sounds as though the future's bright. Mandy, congratulations on the way you've been training your dogs, and thanks for being on In the Box Seat today.
Thank you so much, Ray.
Mandy Hutchins, our guest on In the Box Seat. We'll wrap it up by just giving you the first 4 selections from the team who do the form. Race 4, Thursday night, 7163, and race 8, 5248. And don't forget, for all of your greyhound news, simply go to grsa.com.au, keep up within the box seat, and hope you're back a hell of a lot of winners.